Well, thank you for coming in today
No
on the
problem.
holidays. I know we got a little time out, and
Yeah,
how's the holidays been treating you?
yeah, it's been fairly good. Trying to get my voice back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my wife and I went to New Orleans to see the Saints game, and so I kind of lost my voice there for a little bit. I'm starting to get it back.
Good times. Good times, yeah. Got to watch on TV, yeah.
I was there, loud.
Well, we got about 13, 12 minutes left in our conversation here today. I want to discuss with you a couple of things, but first, I'm taking a few notes.
Sure.
But I'll give the notes back to you when we're done. That way they're yours. No
Okay.
trust issues or anything like that. Also, this is a strict confidentiality. The things that you say here stays here. This is a part of my UALR project, though. My instructor will have to see it, but other than that, it's just me and you.
Okay.
All right? So whenever we took off for the holidays, about a week or so ago, I noticed you getting a little kind of anxious, a little frustrated. If you don't mind me asking, is there some, you want to kind of go into that?
Well, well, for one thing, with the holiday coming up, getting pressed for time, trying to, get everything together, and I feel like that I'm always so busy all the time, and I'm doing good if I can stop and take a deep breath and just stop and think for at least a few seconds. It's just, and I'm trying to do everything on the run, basically, and so forth. So it's just, time is a factor, and there ain't too much more of it for this semester.
That's got to really be frustrating, though. I mean, if you could do things differently, how would that look?
Well, with the new position and everything, it's, there's a lot of different things that's going on through this semester and so forth, because for the longest we were looking for a speech language pathologist, and we finally got one and so forth, but she's on loan from the county hospital, so she's a PRN, part-time, and that was only just to be until the end of this semester. Well, end of the semester's coming up pretty quick, so now I gotta start thinking about, okay, can I talk her into staying here, or do I need to start looking for somebody else? Plus, there's a lot of other things going on. Our department's going to be monitored next month, beginning of the semester, so been trying to get files and folders all correct, and making sure everything's in order. And then with the holidays coming up and everything, it's just, if I could just more time and not have everything else going on as well. But it's just, this semester's been a learning curve, and I'm just trying to do the best that I can with what I have.
Okay. Well, I saw you kind of laugh and smile when you said more time, so that's got to be kind of a relief for you just to even think about more time. So let's look at trying to get more time for you in a day. Could that be something we could work on?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay. Okay. Now let's imagine for a moment that you could find it. What's happening already that would help you find it?
Well, I mean, I could try to possibly make sure that I make time for lunch.
Okay.
Because most time I'm sitting at my desk eating while I'm doing something, and not really getting those few moments to just kind of be able to think, because I'm still doing something while I'm scarfing down a sandwich or eating a salad and writing something down and then taking another bite and eating something down. So, I'm really not having that time. So, I would say possibly trying to make time for myself, especially because we got to eat. So So if I could just, set aside that time, even if it's just 30 minutes of each day, I believe that would give me that capability of being able to stop and think and take a deep breath and be able to think things through and so forth. Because, I have a schedule that I go by each day, but, when you're in a, I guess you could say, administrative type position, it's kind of hard to, kind of go like by a certain schedule because there's things that pop up, things that happen and so forth. So you gotta, as I always tell everybody, I'm putting out fires. So I guess making time for myself to at least eat lunch would be a beneficial factor for me.
So you're saying putting out fires and constantly having to do stuff. I know what you mean. I can imagine that. I do it too sometimes. Are there ways that you might be able to extend that time? You said 30 minutes, with time to eat lunch, and then you got time to put out some fires. Is there a way that we could extend that lunchtime, maybe, to give you a little more extra time in the day?
Well, I mean, I could look at, make sure that I have 4 teachers that's underneath me that are sped. And out of those 4, one of them can be, I guess you could say, quite needy sometimes. Because they'll call and they'll have situations, so I'll need to go down there. So I may have to make sure that she's able to take care of those situations because she has 2 other parapros in there with her. And I guess I need to try to at least make sure that the teacher is able to delegate situations out to the other 2 parapros. So that will allow her to be able to handle situations or continue to be able to teach in the classroom. I think that would be quite beneficial. And, sticking to the schedule that I have, because the schedule flip-flops. Like on, let's say, I think it's Mondays, I do high school for a little bit in the morning, then I come over and do the elementary for a little while, and then I have lunch, and then after lunch I do office duties. And then the next day it flip-flops. Like I'll go to elementary first thing in the morning, then high school, then lunch, and then after lunch office duties. And then Wednesdays it's completely flipped around. Maybe sticking to, the schedule that I have would be something that I could do to allow myself more time. Because one of the biggest factors that, hinders my schedule or takes away my time is putting out these fires. So some situations are just going to have to play out on their own. Or let those that are already in the building, take care of the situation. Like Mitch Shiflett, I said, well, where's the principal? Where's the dean of students? Okay, get in contact with them.
Well, you spoke a couple of good ideas about delegation, sticking to your schedule. So what would you do exactly to get that 30 extra minutes?
Well, develop a schedule for the teachers and the parapros that are in the department and such, to allow them to be able to, stick to a schedule. Because, this is my way of thinking. Long like in a lesson plan. Whenever you have a lesson plan, you have your guide and how you're gonna teach the students, okay? As long as they're occupied, you're keeping them engaged. And I'm thinking, okay, if I could set up like a schedule for the teacher to be able to follow this and have like plans A and B to follow in behind that if she runs out of time, or if a student is just not working well with that schedule. Okay, she's got something else to divert this student over to do this. So if I could set up a schedule of something like that and help them develop some lesson plans that are more thorough to fill in the gaps, because, you know, that would probably help that teacher a lot, the one that's, you know, calling me quite often due to situations in the classroom.
I hear one word that keeps coming up in your discussion here is scheduling, or a schedule. So with this schedule, you have to introduce it to your teachers. When do you think you could possibly get that done?
Well, that would probably have to be done like during my office duty times, and just letting the secretary that's in there, I do have a secretary in the office with me, and just tell her that, you know, Mr. Shiplett's not in the office right now. I have no idea where he's at. And just making sure that I have my time to make this happen. Because if I can make this happen, that's going to reflect back on allowing me to have this time that I need to be able to benefit myself. Because, I mean, you gotta have time for yourself. Because if you ain't taking care of yourself, even for a few minutes, you can't take care of nothing else.
That's very true. Since you put it that way, taking care of yourself, and the schedule plays into that, what's the kind of person that you need to be to get that done? How would you own that?
I'm gonna have to be more assertive in what my expectations are of my staff. I'm gonna have to make sure that they understand what the expectation is, and whenever the expectation is not followed through with, they'll know what the consequence is, regardless of, you know, it might be a write-up, or could be that, okay, well, now you're going to take care of this situation because you didn't take care of that one. And just making sure that I'm being more assertive in my leadership role, and making sure that I'm able to empower them to be able to handle situations and not always depend on me to just come in and take care of it. And, you know, I may have to possibly look at maybe getting some professional development for that one teacher, for classroom management, or anything else additional that might be able to help her.
Great. More determined, more disciplined. You get that schedule, maybe you can get that free time. But our time is about up, and I just wanted to thank you for your time. And before we go, I know you talked about a schedule, we just kind of touched on the schedule briefly, also the teacher having trouble with. Is there something, another goal that we could look at, maybe think about if we had more time to delve into?
Let's see. I would possibly say like something for myself, an objective or something to possibly even better myself, is work more on that assertive aspect.
Okay.
Not only just in being in the leadership role, but just all out. Because with this being a small community and so forth, it's kind of hard to get the community involved, and especially with parental involvement. So that might be something that I might need to address for myself and put myself out there more.
Great, sounds great. Well, I can't wait to hear about your success and your discipline determination, and maybe seeing this schedule next time we meet.
Sounds like a plan. I'll make sure to have something together.
All right, we can celebrate it then. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you.